Morning everyone, welcome to training. Today we're going to talk about dealing with difficult customers. This is something that some of you asked for in our survey, so let's see how we can cover this. I found a little 7-step program that's hopefully going to help us get through this, help us just have a few techniques, things we can think about. Maybe it helps you have that aha moment that can turn this whole experience around for you. So when you have a difficult customer or a customer that's upset about something, they've come in store, let's say you've gotten an order wrong, I'm going to kind of try and use that example as we go through, or an order's not ready on time. These 7 steps can maybe help you get through it. So let's start with step 1, adjust your mindset. So when you have a difficult customer or an angry customer, once you're aware that this customer is unhappy, your first priority is to put yourself in a full customer service mindset. Now everything has to be about the customer. This means that any feelings you might have, you need to put them aside, whether you feel like this is unfair because it's not your fault, or the customer is just criticizing you for no reason, or they're being unreasonable. None of that matters now. Customer service mindset means you put all of those feelings aside, so you put all your hurt and sad feelings aside and you fully focus 100% on the customer. All that matters in this situation is that you realize that your customer is upset. And it's up to you to solve the problem. You are the only one that can solve the problem. They're speaking to you. So adjust your mindset that you're 100% focused on the customer and to the current situation. Step number 2 is to listen actively. So the most important step in the whole of this process is to listen actively to your customer. They want to be heard. They want to air their grievances. So start the conversation with something neutral like, let's go over what happened. Or, please tell me why you're so upset. This subtly creates a partnership between you and your customer and lets them know that you are ready to listen to them. So resist the temptation to try and solve things straight away or to jump to conclusions about what happened. Sometimes when someone speaks to us, we're like, oh, I know what they're talking about, it's this. Meantime, they're actually trying to say this and you're misunderstanding. So resist that urge to fix it too quickly or to try and figure out what they're saying as they go along. Also, don't think about what you're going to say at the end of this conversation. So now the person's telling you their grievances, you've already decided, okay, this is the problem, this is how I'm going to solve it. That's not active listening. Active listening is putting all your thoughts aside, all your emotions aside, and listening 100% to what the customer has to say. They might have that little something extra in their conversation that you are now not paying attention to that could actually help solve it even quicker. Also, they're going to pick up that you're not actively listening to them. They want to feel heard. So make sure that you are giving the customer all of your attention. Don't let there be any interruptions. So active listening is 100% you, me, no one else. So if one of your staff members comes to talk to you, be like, sorry, I'm just busy with the situation here, or I'm busy with this customer right now. I'll come back to you when I'm done. So make sure that person feels like they have your undivided attention and 100% focus. Okay, step number 3 is to repeat their concerns. So once your customers had the time to explain why they were upset, repeat their concerns back to them. Repeat what's bothering them so that you can make sure that you're addressing the right issue. So sometimes we don't repeat something back, but when someone speaks, they leave out some things and then we understand this, but they mean this. So the best way to avoid a misunderstanding or any sort of confusion is to go, okay, so as I understand it, you're very upset, and quite rightly so. You're upset that last week you were meant to get this order on Thursday, you were told you could get it on Thursday, and now it's Friday and you still didn't get it, or now it's Monday and you didn't get it. So make sure that you repeat whatever the issue is back to the customer so they can say, yes, that is what is bothering me. Okay, so repeating the problem will show the customer that you're listening to them, and then it will also help lower their anger and their stress levels because they're going to be feeling heard. And more than this, and the most important thing, is that you're both actually agreeing on what the problem is. So now you both know what the exact problem is. They didn't get the order. They were promised it on Thursday. You've agreed that they were supposed to get it on Thursday. Now the customer's levels are lowered. You've both agreed on the problem. There's not you trying to fix something else that's not actually the problem. Step number 4, be empathic and apologize. So empathic is to have empathy for someone. So when someone's angry, you say, sorry, like, I hear that you're angry. I can understand why you're angry. They want you, to be empathetic to someone is to show that you know what their feelings are about and that you can feel that feeling with them. I'm also angry that the order's not here. I don't know why the crafter didn't deliver it on time, but I'm also angry that we didn't make contact with you and tell you, listen, the crafter's running late, the order's not here. You need to show them that you know why they're angry and that you can also have that same feeling with them. So, be empathic and apologize. Once you're sure that you understand what your customer is unhappy about. So it doesn't help that you go, yeah, I'm so angry at the crafter. Meantime, all the customer's unhappy with is that you didn't phone and tell them that the order wasn't going to be on time. So this is what that step 3 was about. Make sure you know what the problem is. So once you understand what the problem is, then you can be empathetic to them. Show them that you understand why they're upset. And also make sure that your body language communicates this. You can't be like, oh yeah, so I'm so sorry. Ugh, it's terrible, hey. Sure, I'm very angry. Like, make sure your body language is engaged with the customer. Make sure that it's showing that you're empathetic. That, have open body language with you can't be standing with folded arms going, yeah, I'm sorry. That's just showing you retreating, you're not with them. So focus on your body language when you're speaking to them as well. And for example, you can say, I understand why you're so upset. I would be too. I'm very sorry that we didn't get your order to you on time, and especially since it caused all these other problems now, because now you're going to be late for someone's birthday or whatever the deal is. You understand why they're upset, and you can say, especially because it caused da 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 da. So that's an example of it. So that is your step 4. Step 5, present a solution. So now we know what the problem is. We've said sorry. We've shown that we're sorry in our body language and in how we're speaking to the customer. Now there needs to be a solution to this problem. There are 2 ways to do this. If you feel that you know what the solution is, then you go ahead and you present the solution to the customer. Otherwise, if you don't feel like you know what the solution is, you look at the customer and say, right, so here's the problem. How do you suggest that we solve this? From my side, I can't see how I can get this thing to you by 2 o'clock today, or, what sort of solutions can we offer you? How do you see this being solved? So if you present the solution to the customer, so you've decided, cool, you know what the solution is. Ma'am, I'm going to phone the crafter. I'm going to ask them if they can get it here by 5 o'clock today so that tomorrow morning, first thing, you can pick it up. The first thing you need to do when you present a solution to a customer is find out if they're happy with it. So be like, are you happy with that? Is it okay if I phone the the crafter right now while you're standing here? Let's see what solution we can come up with the crafter. If they're not happy with it, so either they're going to go, yeah, I'm happy with that, I'm going to stand here and wait, or yes, I'm happy if you have it here by tomorrow morning. So if they're happy with your solution, all good, A for away. If they're not happy with your solution and they resist your solution, they're like, no, I'm not happy with you phoning them now, blah, 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 and they carry on about something else, then you need to say, okay, so if my solution doesn't work for you, what is it we can do for you? What is it in my power? I'm willing to do whatever. If it's possible, I can help you with this problem and give you the solution that you want. Let me know what the solution is. So that's when you can also put it back in their table. So if you have a solution, present it. If they're happy, good to go. If they're not happy, ask them how they would solve it. Ask them how they would like you to solve it, is what I should be saying. Otherwise, if you don't have a solution from the get-go, ask them that from the start and be like, right, how can we work together to solve this problem? I want to get it solved for you. I just can't think of an answer right now or a solution to this problem. How can we make you happy right now? And then you guys can work together on something. So that's step 5, your solutions. Step 6, take action and follow up. So once you've both agreed on a solution, you need to take action immediately. You can't be like, great, there's a solution. Okay, and I've forgotten about it now because now I'm busy doing stock take, I'm busy doing whatever. Take action immediately. So if that customer is still in front of you and your solution was to phone the crafter while the customer is still there so you can give an answer straight away after the conversation. If they've emailed you, say, I'll get on it right now. Email the crafter straight away, or phone the crafter straight away, get an answer immediately. So take action immediately. Once the solution has been solved, you can then follow up with the customer. That's called extra customer service. So the person's come in, they've wanted an order, you don't have it ready on time. Your solution is that the craft will have it there but before close of business today, the customer can fetch it the next morning. The next morning when their customer comes in, you give them the order, they're happy, A for away, but you know what? 2 days later, make a little note in your calendar, give that customer a phone call and say, hi, I'm just phoning to follow up that you're still happy with the order that you received. Just want to double check and make sure that everything's okay now. Still just want to apologize again that it was a bit of a runaround, but just checking that everything's great now. It's customer service. They're going to go, wow, they really did care about my problem. They didn't just go, here's your order, ma'am, it's here now, the next morning, and boom, go away. So that's a tiny little thing. It's a little phone call. It's going to take 2 minutes because trust me, they're not going to want to go into a whole gedunst about it. And don't be scared if they're unhappy with the order still. They're like, you know what, I did get it, but it's the wrong color or whatever it is. You have been proactive in finding that out before they now come back to your store a week later and go blah, 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 blah. So don't be scared if there's still something wrong because you coming forward, you presenting an opportunity for them to open up and say, I'm still unhappy about this. And you get to solve it again, and you know what? That person is going to go, this company, this person, this manager went above and beyond, or this staff member went above and beyond to make sure that I'm happy, to make sure that I got exactly what I'm looking for. So that is customer service you don't get anywhere else, and it will make us stand miles aside and miles ahead of anybody else in our industry. So that follow-up, guys, is so important. So step number 7, use the feedback. Your last step is to try and solve this problem, which is your problem now. Sorry, the last step is to try and stop the same situation from happening again. So not solve it, but to stop it. So the problem was this customer order was late. How can I make sure that a customer order isn't late again? Well, 2 days before customer order is meant to arrive, I can phone the crafter and be like, hi, please can you let me know the current status of the order? Will it be ready on time? You can be proactive before the customer gets in store and shouts at you. Is it maybe the order was late because someone forgot to confirm with the crafter that the order's gone through? So find out where that problem is. Find out where the little thing is that went wrong that can be fixed so easily, so simply, just by adding another step to your process or by doing an extra follow-up. And yeah, in that aspect, you're going to stop that angry customer from coming into the store in the first place. So also guys, don't avoid. When a customer order is running late and a crafter says to you, well, it's running late, don't just avoid and go, oh, well, I'm not on duty that day, so I'll let someone else deal with it. Or rather tell the customer the problem, phone them, this is what's happened, we're really sorry for it, apologize with meaning over the phone and say, this is what the crafter has promised me, that we can have it done by blah, blah, blah. Is this okay with you? How would you like me to solve this for you on behalf of you with our crafter? So once again, ask them what the solution is, how they would like you to solve it if they're unhappy with the fact that you are now delayed. So use this feedback that you're getting from the customer and from this whole problem. Like, look at this problem and go, how did this problem arise? And fix it. Stop it for future problems. Otherwise, you're just always going to sit with the same hiccup. Okay. So those are your 7 steps, guys. It's not really that hard, but I think it's something that you need to have in your mind, something you need to put into practice. So let's have a quick recap. Step number 1 is to adjust your mindset. Put all your feelings aside and focus 100% on the customer. It's not about you, it's about the customer now. Customer service. Step 2 is to listen actively. Don't solve or presume anything for the customer. Also, don't let anyone else interrupt you. Let the customer tell you their story 100% while you actively listen. Step 3 is to repeat their concerns. So make sure that you both agree on what the actual problem is. By repeating to the customer what the problem is, and they end up agreeing and going, yes, that's my problem, it's going to save you a lot of headaches. Step number 4, to show empathy and apologize. Let the customer know that you understand why they're upset and that you feel for them that they're upset. Step number 5 is to present a solution. Give the customer a solution, find out if they're happy with it. If they're not, ask them what will make them happy, and then together come up with a solution. Step number 6, to take action and follow up. So once you have that solution, put it into place. Don't waste any time. Once the customer has their order or the solution, the problem has been solved, follow up with a phone call and see if they are satisfied. They will be a returning customer and they will recommend you to other people if you follow this step. Step number 7 is to use the feedback, guys. Use the information. Don't just be like, yay, okay, it's done. And not use the problem as a tool to solve problems in the future. So use the information that you have now to stop this from happening in the future. Okay, guys, so that's the 7 steps, right? We can put this into practice. Good luck, guys.